Well, good evening, folks. Welcome back to the farm. Boy, today's been a big day. I started off, left for work about 3 o'clock this morning. It's now just shy of 7 p.m. and I just got home. Got changed into my farming gear. It's kind of the equivalent of turning your coveralls inside out and let's go again. But yeah, I gotta get the tractor fired up and get some hay bales over to the sheep. But in order to get them into the sheep, I gotta move the sheep out. So I get a bucket of grain. I'll lure the sheep out of the pen, close the gate. I'll run over there with a bale, put the bale in, give the calves some grain. Let the calves eat the grain and I'll let the sheep back in. And then somewhere in there, I'll probably end up and go over and take care of the chickens too. It's some real questionable weather here. Over the last week, it was super warm. Actually, got up as high as I think 9 degrees was the warmest I saw it. So the yard, I mean, we had to swim across the yard, almost quite literally. And I left the house this morning, like I said, it was about 3, and it was 1 degree outside. And the temperature is just like almost every hour has dropped a degree. It's supposed to be minus 20 here tonight, which minus 20 is not too terrible bad, but yeah, I'm sure glad it's not going to be minus 40 again. But I gotta get off the front of this tractor. I gotta get the harrows off. So last time I had this thing out, I'd actually, when the yard was so icy and everything, I ratchet strapped a set of harrows to the front, and then I just pushed down on the bucket or the forks and just drove around the yard and scratched everything up, and it worked really, really good. Then of course it melted the next day a little bit more, and then it snowed a bunch, so all of everything I had done is kind of undone. But I don't think it's gonna be minus 20 for long. I think it's just a couple, 3 days, and then it'll be warm again. So I won't go too far with the harrows. I might just pull them off and I'll just set them beside the shop here because I might need them again here in a day or two. Only one thing that works on this tractor, that's the lights. She's good for night shift, not much else. No heater, no brakes, no problem. Well, it's not going very well. I just tried to deliver a straw bale out to the ewes for the bedding ground. It's not one of this year's, it's one of last year's. So the sisal twine on it pretty much just disintegrated. Now I got a big pile of straw out in the middle of the yard. So I'm gonna drop the forks off, get the grapple on. Exactly what the guy wants me to do. Fiddle farting around in the dark and the cold and the wind. We'll get that on there. It'll certainly be better to do that than to be pitchforking hay across the yard for the next 2 weeks, or straw I mean. Well, it's kind of funny, you know, I just got the forks off and I went and slid onto the grapple, and I've done this thousands of times during the day, try and get that quick attach on there in the first go, and I'm always out a quarter of an inch, a half an inch, 2 feet, whatever. Anyways, come along in the dark and cold, the wind, slid right in, like slid just perfect. Boom, first try, didn't have to back up, didn't have to jiggle nothing, bang on. I don't know. I usually don't get that lucky, so I guess that's a little bit of the universe righting itself for that bale coming apart. Thanks, universe. So it's now, what is it, Saturday afternoon? We just come back from Grand Prairie. I guess I should start again. All the chores were done last night. Everything went fantastic. And then I curled up into bed, and Finley got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So that was awesome. Wasn't really ready for that. But nevertheless, we got everybody out the door and off to gymnastics this morning, went to Grand Prairie. On our way back from Grand Prairie, Charlotte said, "Dad, I gotta pee." So we just ripped off the road, pulled in the little gravel road there, pulled her out, and I looked at my back tire on the pickup here, and I thought, that doesn't look right. That just doesn't look right. So upon closer inspection, happen to know this is what does look right, right? You got these lugs on the side of the tire. Now what is this piece? That's a screwdriver, or what's left of a screwdriver, in my sidewall at an angle. So I don't know, it doesn't seem to be losing air, but needless to say, You can't stay there. I've had quite the history with flat tires around here, but I don't know if I've ever seen one go sideways into the sidewall. I've seen them go, you know, through the tread or directly through the sidewall, but not through at an angle like that. So what I'm gonna do, take my needle nose pliers, get a good grip on it, whack it with the rubber mallet. Hopefully it just pops right out. And it remains to be seen whether or not it's gonna let air out or not. I would assume that there's probably a giant 1/4 inch hole in the side of that tire. And somehow that screwdriver is just magically sealing. But nevertheless, let's give it a try. I'll just set you down here and you can watch the whole escapade. Better put my gloves on. Safety first. Whoa. Whoa, that's a long one. Wow. That's definitely got to be all the way through the sidewall. You can hear what it's doing, but look at that. Nice old Phillips screwdriver. Thank you, Grand Prairie. Ordinarily I wouldn't do this, but I did. I just put a plug in the side right here. Now, if it was just in the tread, I'd jam a plug in there all day long, but the sidewall, maybe not so much. But because it was like at such a weird angle and went through the sidewall as opposed to straight through, I'm pretty confident in just putting a plug in there, and that'll get me by till Monday at least. And I got my spray nine. I guess we should. Yeah, it doesn't appear like it's bubbling at all, so if she holds air, might as well keep her like that. Monday morning I can go to Fountain Tire. I'm pretty sure Fountain Tire is going to tell me that that's a critical hole and that tire actually has to be replaced, which is inconvenient, but it is what it is. I wish people would pick up their tools, but you know what? I've had stuff fall out and fall off the back of the truck too. So sometimes things like that just can't be avoided. I've lost my dust cap though, which is also inconvenient. I'll see if I can use the old eagle eye to spot it here. Anyways, I won't keep you for that. I'll get that, then I'm going, oh, there it is, right there. It's on the floor. I must have kicked it all the way down here. No wonder I couldn't see it. See, the old eagle eyes do work. All right, I'll get this on, and I'm gonna run in the house, have a cup of tea. I think the wife's gonna make some supper. We're gonna have some leftover ham for supper, so that's gonna be a real treat. And then tune in this evening. I'm gonna see if I can make some homemade butter. So I'll let you go for now. Have a fantastic afternoon. We'll see you later.